Hello, my beautiful students. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Today you will need your blue book, and something to write with. Also, Miss Sosa's Wednesday challenge this week is to post a picture of your favorite book. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. What lesson are we doing today? Get ready. Yes, lesson 28. So our focusing question as we're coming to the end of the module is, why do people around the world admire Cinderella? And we've been talking a lot about different Cinderella stories, so you guys have a lot to choose from, and I know you guys will have awesome examples. All right, our content framing question is what we need to answer today, and that is, let's echo read, what is happening in glass slipper, gold sandal? Yes, what is happening in glass slipper, gold sandal? Now, we briefly read this story at the very, very beginning of the module. I read it one time and then we moved on. But now we are coming back to it and we're going to take a deeper look at the book. All right? So what does it mean to admire someone? I want you to think about it. What does it mean to admire someone or somebody else or something? Yes, admire means to respect someone. If you admire someone, you think they are special and you have great respect for them. So here we go. Today we're going to gather evidence to support why many people admire Cinderella around the world. This will help us to answer out our focusing question task, which is the essential question for Module 4. It's the big question. That's your end of module task. Before we discuss, let's organize what people admire and don't admire. So below there are traits that we will categorize using the T-chart. So on one side we have admire, on the other side we have don't admire. And before we do that, let's go ahead and read the words below, and then you'll tell me where I should put them. So the first word is generous. What word? The next word is mean. What word? The next word is helpful. What word? The next word is hardworking. What word? The next word is kind. What word? The next word is selfish. What word? The next word is rude. What word? Next word is evil. What word? Next word is grateful. What word? Next word is honest. What word? The next word is caring. What word? The next word is jealous. What word? Now I'll read a word and you tell me where I should put it. If I should put it in admire or not admire. The first word is generous. Where should I put generous? Admire or don't admire? Admire. When somebody is generous, they give without thinking too much about themselves. They think more about other people. Mean. Where should we put mean? Get ready. Don't admire. Nobody admires somebody who is mean. The next word is helpful. Where do we put it? Get ready. Yes, admire. Somebody who is helpful is always helping others. Hardworking. Where should we put that? Get ready. Admire. Yes, I admire when people work hard. Next word is kind. Where should we put kind? Get ready. Admire. Next word is selfish. Where should we put selfish? Selfish means you only think about yourself and you never think about anybody else. Where should we put it? Get ready. Don't admire. Rude. Where should we put rude? Somebody who is rude. Do we admire somebody who is rude or not? Get ready. Don't admire. Evil. Admire or don't admire? Get ready. Don't admire. Grateful. Somebody who is thankful, grateful. Do we admire or do we not admire? Get ready. Admire. Honest. Somebody who always tells the truth. Do we admire or don't admire? Get ready. Admire. Caring, somebody who cares about others and things around them. Where should we put it? Get ready. Admire. And last word, jealous. Where should we put jealous? Somebody who is jealous of others, is not happy for them. Get ready. Don't admire. Yes, so look at all the traits on the side of admire. That is why people admire Cinderella, because in all the stories, she is generous, helpful, hardworking, kind, grateful, honest, and caring. Think about those words because you'll be able to use those in your story. Now think about what you admire and don't admire about the characters in Cinderella stories that we have read. So Cinderella, what do we admire about Cinderella in that story? She's hardworking, she's nice, she's grateful. What do we don't admire about those characters? Who don't we admire from there? The stepmother and the two sisters. Yes, they were mean. Look at Cendrillon. What do we admire about Cendrillon? She was hardworking. She was nice. She was helpful with her sisters. And who did we not admire from that story? Stepmom and stepsisters, right? Yes. The rough-faced girl. Who do we admire there? The rough-faced girl. Why? She was brave. She was unique. She was grateful. She was honest. Yes. And who don't we admire? The two sisters, right? Yes. Let's look at Bigfoot Cinderella. Who do we admire there? Ella. Why? She was nice. She helped the sisters. She was helpful, grateful. She was caring. And who did we not like in that story? The two stepsisters, right? Okay, look at Adelita. Who did we admire there? Why did we admire Adelita? She was caring, hardworking. She was not selfish. She thought about others, about Esperanza. And who did we not like there? Stepmom and the stepsister. Yes, they were rude and mean. And the last one, the Korean Cinderella. Who do we admire here? Pear Blossom, right? She was nice, she was caring, she was honest, grateful. And who was mean here? Who did we not admire? Who was rude and selfish? The stepmother and the stepsister. Yeah, Peony. You're right. So usually in all of them, we admire Cinderella because she has all the traits that we just did right now. And the ones that we don't admire had all the traits like jealous, rude, evil, that we don't like, right? So they all have the same elements. Now, what elements are similar in each version of the Cinderella story? There's 4. Who remembers them? Let's see if you can say them. Good characters, evil characters, magical element, proof of identity. Yes, kids, your brain. You guys are too smart. Now, as you listen to me read aloud Glass Slipper, Gold Sandal, listen for examples of these. When you hear an example of one of these elements, place your hands on your head. All right? So let's go ahead and listen to the story, Glass Slipper, Gold Sandal. Let me see if I can put this a little bit down. There we go. It says, once upon a time, there lived a wealthy merchant whose wife had died. They had one daughter, gentle-eyed and good-hearted. Down the road lived a widow with 2 daughters. The woman gave the girl treats when she passed, pan dulce to eat, sugar cane to chew. The girl knew that her father was lonely. You should marry the widow, she told him. She's nice to me. The father had his doubts, but the girl kept asking, and how long can a father say no to his daughter? And so He and the widowed were married. But no sooner than had the stepmother moved in than she began to order the girl about. All day long she set her to weeding the rice fields and cooking and caring. The woman gave the girl's room to her own lazy daughters. At night, the girl had nowhere else to sleep but curled for warmth among the ashes on the hearth. Her stepmother allowed her only a few scraps of food. Her stomach howled. Then the girl recalled how she'd begged her father to marry. I picked up the scorpion with my own hand, she told herself. She vowed not to complain to her father and upset him. But when the girl was out tending to the cattle, the beasts heard her crying for hunger. Don't weep, said one of the cows, and the animal poured honey for her from its horns. Aunt Fairy gave her figs and apricot, and Godfather Snake gave her rice. When she was eating well and proper, the girl bloomed into a right rare beauty. The stepmother couldn't fathom it, and meanwhile her own sour-faced daughters would curdle the milk if they looked at it twice. One day it was announced far and wide that a great king was in search of a queen. All the unmarried women dressed in their finest robes and set off for the palace. To make sure the girl couldn't go, the stepmother threw an apron of lentils into the ashes and ordered her to pick them all out. And scour all the kitchen pots too, she hollered. As soon as the stepmother left with her stepdaughters, the girl burst into tears. Outside, the sparrows heard her. In they flew and pecked the lentils from the ashes. Then a witch woman came in and spoke a spell, and up jumped the pots and scoured themselves. The girl was free to go, but she had nothing to wear except rags. Then she looked in her mother's sewing basket. Then she reached into the hole in the birch tree. Then Crocodile swam up to the surface, and in its mouth was a sarong made of gold. A cloak sewn of kingfisher feathers, a kimono red as sunset. And the girl's feet appeared a pair of glass slippers, diamond anklets, sandals of gold. Walk to the ball, said the girl's auntie. Never. She picked a big round breadfruit from a tree and tapped it 3 times with her wand. Quick as a blink of a firefly, that breadfruit changed itself into a coach. When she made the entrance, so great was her beauty that the musicians stopped playing. Not one, not even her stepmother, knew who the beautiful stranger was. So here she is, dancing with the king, the prince. All night, the girl danced with the headman's son until the first rooster crowed. Then she remembered she had to leave at once. Remember, you should be touching your head when you hear one of the 4 story elements. She leaped onto her mare's golden saddle. Who are you? Called the prince. The girl had no time for words and charged down the lane. The prince sprinted beside her, got a hand on her shoe, and the dainty thing pulled off in his fingers as she galloped away. The king declared he would marry the golden shoe's owner. He ordered the women of the court to try it on, but none could squeeze inside it, and so he went searching for its owner up and down mountains and across the deserts until he came to the stepmother's house. When she saw him approach, she grabbed her stepdaughter, wrapped her in a mat, and hid her. I'm certain the shoe will fit one of my fine favored girls, said the woman. Grunting and sweating, her older daughter tried to wrestle the shoe on, but couldn't. Neither could the younger. So there they are, and they couldn't fit into it. Just then, a rooster began to crow. They put the ugly one on show and hit the beauty one down below. The girl was brought forward. Don't waste your time with that one, said the stepmother. But the magistrate looked into the girl's eyes, took the straw sandal in his hand, and slipped it onto her foot with ease. She and the great king were married at the palace, where the guests feasted on mangoes and melons, rice seasoned with almonds, beef stew and lamb stew, fancy cookies and custards. Such a wedding it was, and such an adoring couple, and such a wondrous turn of events. So here they are. That people today are still telling this story. So that was Glass Slipper Gold Sandal, a worldwide Cinderella. Okay? Now tell your parents or your sibling or whoever's next to you an example of one of the Cinderella elements you heard in Glass Slipper Gold Sandal. I'll give you 3 seconds to share. Good. There was many examples. Now, onto our deep dive. Think, what are some elements or things that we have found most of the Cinderella stories have in common? Yeah, we have learned that Cinderella stories have evil, good characters, magical element, and proof of identity. Today we're going to sort out vocabulary words into groups that are similar. Let's look at the vocabulary words below. What 3 groups can we form with these words? We have sugarcane, honey, figs, apricots, rice, mangoes, melons, beef stew, cookies, custards, slippers, anklets, sandals, shoes, robe, sarong, cloak, kimono. Those were a lot of words. What 3 groups can we form them? What are sugarcane and honey? Food. What about slippers, shoes, clothing, right? And last one, footwear and clothes. The kimono, the robe. So next I need you to get out your 28A word card, just like this in your blue book. And what we're going to do is we're going to categorize each word into the following. So we're going to either put an F for food. We're going to put a FW for footwear. Or we're going to put a C for clothes. Okay? So all you have to put is one of these letters. F, FW, or C. I'll do some with you. Sugarcane. What is sugarcane? Food, footwear, or clothes? Get ready. Food. So all you have to do is put an F. Okay? Look at this. Slippers. What are slippers? Food, footwear, or clothes? Get ready. Footwear. So we would put an F, W. Robe. What is a robe? When you get out of the shower, you wear a robe or a night robe. Food, footwear, or clothes? Get ready. Clothes. So you would put a C for clothes. All right. So that is going to be your exit ticket. You are going to finish the rest of the page, and then you're going to take a picture and send to me. Don't forget to write your name and date. All right. So there you go. You have to finish that page, and then you upload your picture of the exit ticket under the assignments tab labeled Tuesday, April 28th, Wit and Wisdom exit ticket. Okay, send you guys a big, big hug and some kisses. You guys did amazing today. I'll see you guys on Thursday.